You've heard stories, whispers, rumors of a place that can transport you from this world to countless others. Like most urban legends and campfire ghost stories, you take them with a grain of salt or just flat out don't believe them. I mean, who would? The very idea of there being a place that could literally take you to another world with other creatures, it's just not possible. If it were, there would be all kinds of things running around this world, or chances are we would probably all be dead now. And that's what you tell yourself as you walk up to the old falling down house in the woods. Nobody has lived here ever that you can remember. The stories say nobody's lived here for hundreds of years, but again, you find that hard to believe. You open the door and step inside. When the door closes behind you, it's quiet. It feels like it's more quiet than it should be given the condition of the place. Walls peeling and cracked, chunks missing, doors hanging off hinges, the muted, grungy colors in the corners where the ceiling meets two walls tells you there was definitely some water damage here. It probably wasn't even safe walking around this death trap, but you kept on. As you slowly make your way around with your flashlight firmly in hand, you think about the stories you were told. This place can take you to others, yes, but there always seemed to be a common denominator: sex. The worlds that you are supposedly taken to are ones where lust is the primary focus. And I think we know just how horny you are. Horny enough to be venturing into a falling down house in the middle of the woods, hoping some mystery something takes you to another world where you can get bent over by something not quite human. You giggle to yourself thinking about it, but also your nipples harden when thinking about that last part. Ah, there it is. The basement door. You mumble out loud that it always has to be the basement. It can never be on the first floor with the lights on in the daytime. You grip your flashlight a little tighter and you start your descent. The beam of light slices through the darkness but leaves no trail. It is still very, very quiet. Even the stairs that should be creaking louder than a rock concert are silent. The atmosphere feels different, too. Everything just doesn't feel normal. And the further down you go, the more things feel different. Finally, at the bottom, your heart is pounding in your chest. This is insane. Everything inside you is telling you to turn around and leave, run, go home and use that new toy you ordered. You don't need it that bad. But just as the silence has grown, so has your hunger to be filled. You were more nervous than horny when you walked in here, but now you can hardly think about anything other than what might be inside you in a few minutes. You start panning around the basement with the flashlight. In the story, you're supposed to follow a glow, but you don't see any glow. Just junk, barrels, trash, everything but a portal? Gateway? You think to yourself, something better come out and destroy your hole, because the frustration you're going to feel having to turn around, walk out of here and go home unfilled is almost immeasurable. The flashlight flickers and shuts off for a second. Oh no. Please, not down in the basement. It felt like your eyes were closed with your face under a pillow. The darkness was so thick you could almost taste it. You start smacking your flashlight, and just before it stuttered back on, you saw a brief shimmer from the farthest corner of the room. The light came on and you flashed it. There was nothing there but junk. What could have made light like that? Then you remembered part of the story as you went over to investigate the corner. Only walking into the darkness will you find the light. You let out a shaky breath as you clenched the flashlight to your chest and turned it off. The glowing shimmer faded back into view in the corner. It looked like there was a hallway behind one of the walls, but that definitely wasn't there when you looked with your flashlight. This can't be real. You take a deep breath and swallow hard as you start walking toward the light. You're going to feel real dumb if you walk into the shelf of junk that was in this corner a second ago. But somehow, you continue on. Round another corner. Corners that were not there when the flashlight was pointed over here. One last corner, and there was a soft, bluish light down a hallway that you stood at the beginning of. On both sides were doors, and from the look of it, there was no end to this hall. No end to the doors. This has to be an optical illusion, right? Unless someone really built a mile-long hallway underground at some point. This was insanity, you thought to yourself. You stepped forward and looked at the doors. They each had something on them, a picture or symbol carved into the wood. These doors were old. They looked heavy, and like you don't want to be on the other side should they slam shut and lock. You stop at one of the first ones and look closely. Whatever was on it had tentacles of some kind. Well, that's intriguing, you thought to yourself. You placed your hand on the door handle. It felt a little cold, colder than the air was in the hallway. You turn and open the door, and what you saw made you freeze in your tracks. Distant seagulls, sloshing of the ocean against a ship that you were apparently on. There's no way. You shake your head, but you can smell the ocean. Seawater mists your face after a gentle crash against the side of the ship. You can taste the salt. You close the door and step back. No. You think to yourself, no, this can't be real. It can't be. As you step back, you bump into a pedestal with a book on it. There's just enough light on it to read what's written on the page that it's open to. It said, "Behind these doors what you will find, creatures cruel and some divine. Fulfill your lust and aching need. Take all you want to please your greed. When you're done and fucked content, follow the glow or follow the scent. And should you crave a monster's spark, just follow the light into the dark." Good to know. Now you know how to get home. Wait, no, there's no way you're gonna actually go through that door. What if you can't make it back? What if you're just stuck there? What if there really is a monster and it's not all cupcakes and rainbows? The throbbing between your legs is leaving you with little time to think rationally. Before you know it, your hand is on the doorknob again. The door is open. You step through the door and it closes behind you. You are definitely on a ship right now. As you walk around the deck, you look out into the sea as the sun sets in the distance. Beautiful colors on one side, darkness on the other. You call out a few times, but nothing, no one responds. There's nobody else but you on this. Wait. What was that? You're not alone. Well, hello. Hello, my pretty pumpkins, and thank you for listening to this audio preview. To find out what happens next, click on the link in the description below to sign up to my Patreon. I'll see you there.